Hello students, today we are doing poetic devices that are commonly used in the poetry section. First of all, about the poetic devices are used for the beautification of a poem, or you can say these words that make the poem more beautiful. So we are doing these poetic devices. Some of the poetic devices are, first of all, alliteration. Alliteration, poetic device is that in which repetition of the first alphabet in 2 or 3 words in a single line. Suppose, for example, here I am taking the example from 10th plus 1 and plus 2. He stalks in his vivid strips. So there is a repetition of the alphabet S in 2 words in a single line. Stalks starts with S, stripes start with S. So in this line, the poetic device used is alliteration. This is a line from A Tiger in the Zoo poem from the 10th class. The same is the case with a photograph poem. This is line here, washed their terribly transient feet. As you can see here, T is the alphabet T is repeated in both these words, terribly and transient. So here also alliteration is being used. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Fingers and fluttering. F is repeated here in these 2 words. This is the poem in plus 2 class. So you can, I think you are just understanding what is the alliteration poetic device here. Now the second one, repetition. So there is a slight difference between these two. Alliteration is the first alphabet of 2 words. Repetition means the repetition of a similar word. On pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. Quiet is being repeated in Tiger in the Zoo. In plus 1 class, a photograph poem, its silence silences, the same word is repeated. And in plus 2, my mother at 66, all I did was smile and smile and smile. As you can see easily, this smile word is repeated here. So the poetic device is repetition. Next is personification. As the word personification indicates, it means when a non-living thing is personified. It is treated as a human being. Just like in the ball poem in the 10th class, merrily bouncing down the street. This is for the ball. Ball is merrily bouncing down the street. It is going down the street in a very happy mood. So you know that the ball can never be happy because it is a non-living thing. But this line seems to us that the ball is acting like a human being. It is bouncing, it is jumping in a joyful mood down the street. So here the ball is personified. Same in the plus 1 class, I am the poem of the earth. This is the line from the voice of the rain. I am the poem of the earth. This line is said by the rain. So you know that the rain can never speak, but here these lines are said in a personified way. It means the rain is being personified here. Next is imagery. Now here also there is a difference between personification and imagery. Personification is a non-living thing is being treated as a human being, is personified. Imagery means when we imagine something, when the living things they are imagined. Whenever we are just reading these lines and an imagination comes inside our mind. So that is imagery. Now as you can see, he stalks bearing his white fangs. This is a line from A Tiger in the Zoo in 10th class. He stalks bearing his white fangs. He is just walking in the cage and showing his teeth. So This is about the tiger, and when we just listen to this line and imagination, and we imagine that tiger just showing his teeth inside the cage. So that is the poetic device used here is imagery. Now from the second line, from the poem A Photograph, when the two girls went paddling. So this is the lines in a poem Photograph from +1 class. These two girls went paddling near the sea, and an imagination come inside us. We imagine these two girls, they are just paddling in the sea. The third is Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. This is the line from Aunt Jennifer's tigers from +2 class. So in this line we can see the tigers are prancing across a screen. They are just jumping. So an imagination come inside us. We imagine that these tigers are jumping. So whenever this type of imagination is being shown in the lines, it means the poetic device used is imagery. Next is simile. Simile is a comparison using the words like and as. These two words are used. Wherever you can see these two words used in the poems, it means the simile poetic device is used. For example, in the poem Trees in 10th class, we know that the poem has been deducted this year from the syllabus, but still I am only telling about the example here so that you can better understand what is simile device. So in the poem The Trees, like newly discharged patients. So whenever anything is compared, now here the trees are compared like newly discharged patients. Like word is used here. So if these words are used, that is simile. Sleek as a lizard, the laburnum top. Here the comparison is with the lizard. Sleek, slim as a, active as a lizard. So these are simile poetic device. Here in My Mother at 66 poem also, her face ashen like that of a corpse. Her face is pale. It is being compared with the corpse, with the dead body. In another poem also of +2 class, an elementary school classroom in a slum, like bottle bits on stones. It means the spectacles are compared here just like the bottle bits on stones, as if the bottle is broken through a stone, as if the lines, as the bottle is broken into pieces. So here you can see there are two poetic devices here. One is like, with the word like, it is simile poetic device, and the second one also is there, bottle bits. It means B is repeated here, so alliteration is also in the same line. So whenever you find the two poetic devices in the same line, you must write both the poetic devices and with the indication also. It means you have to write simile, and you have to tell the reason also why it is simile, because of the like word, because of comparison, and the another word is alliteration, because of the repetition of B and B in bottle bits. Hope you understand this. Next one is metaphor. It is also a comparison, short comparison, but here we are not using any like and as words. It is a short comparison without these words. Now, as you can see in Amanda poem in 10th class, sole inhabitant is me, mermaid. Here this girl Amanda, she is comparing herself to mermaid. Many more comparisons are there in this poem. So mostly metaphor poetic device is used in the poem here. Sole inhabitant is me. It means Amanda is being compared. Amanda is comparing herself to a mermaid. In the poem Laburnum Top, it is the engine of her family. Here the bird is compared with an engine. It is the engine of our family. It means it is like an engine. In the third, an elementary school classroom in a slum from +2. Paper seeming by the boy that is just looking like a paper. He is compared to a paper. It means he is as slim. He is as weak, as slim as a paper. Next one is pun. Pun is an amusing use of a single word. It means when a word has got two meanings, a single word has two meanings, that means the pun is used here. It can also, for example, first of all we are telling about this, just as this is the poem. Wait a minute. Not move our arms so much. It is from Keeping Quiet, from +2 class. Not move our arms so much. Here this word arms is for, it has got two meanings. One is for limbs or our parts of body, and the other meaning is for weapons. We should not use weapons so much. So it means if a single word has got two meanings, two different meanings, then the poetic device used is pun. And here one more is there, if the two different words that sound the same, there also the poetic device is pun. Suppose the word minute and minute having the same spellings, but pronunciation is different here, that sound the same, so it is also here pun. Next is symbolism. Symbolism, as the word indicates, it stands for symbol. In the 10th class, the poem is Fire and Ice. Fire is taken as a symbol of desire. So, it indicates the symbolism poetic device. And in +2 class, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, the poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, and these tigers that are made by Aunt Jennifer on the screen by wool, that are a symbol of bravery. So the poetic device used is symbolism. The last one here is anaphora. It is the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of the successive lines. As you can say here, see here, again the lines are from Fire and Ice poem. Some say the word will end in fire, some say in ice. This is some say in first line and some say again in the successive or second line. So whenever these word or phrase are repeated in the successive lines, next lines also, the poetic device used is anaphora. One more line is here from another poem. Man may come and man may go. This is the line repeated again, repeated in the all the extracts. So here also the poetic device used is anaphora. Hope you will understand this. Some of the poetic device used here. The rest of the poetic device we will be just learning in the second part.